Hello, y'all. Shaniqua is here. What is up? Ooh. Ooh. It's so jiggly today. Ooh. Yes. Ooh. Gonna have a swell time at Fremont tonight with this bounciness. Yes. Ooh. Okay, seriously. Alright. It is very difficult to be typical Shaniqua for this video. Okay, that little... Oh my god, I don't know how hard that was to try to be funny in the start of a video like I usually do. Okay, because what is going on in the world, seriously? That's what I'm talking about. It's hard to be serious, be funny and everything when I start the video because of what is going on in the world. All these crazy disasters. Okay? I mean, the United States and it's the islands and everything that we own down by Florida, Puerto Rico, whatever, you know, Houston, Texas, Florida, you know, all these hurricanes after one, after one, after one, after one, after one of the other, okay? And then, not to mention there's plenty more coming, and then this horrible earthquake that strikes Mexico, killing hundreds and hundreds of people. Okay, I think the death toll now in Mexico is 240 or 50 something. I don't know. I didn't look at the recent number, but I know it's way past 200. And the earthquake happened yesterday, and it's expected to drastically go up as the days continue to go on, them trying to find survivors. This is what I'm talking about. This is the gist of the video. This is the topic. The earthquake that happened in Mexico City. Okay. I'm just in shock with what I've seen. Not just on the news, but Facebook videos that have been uploaded of the earthquake devastation, the collapses of the buildings, oh my god. I don't even know how to react or even process it. Okay, let me just clear my head. Give me a second. Okay. Usually when Shaniqua tries to clear her head, she uses her perky pussy and grabs them and squeezes them and makes them all like, oh, you know, but I can't be me right now after what I'm seeing. Okay, it's hard to get in that state, you know, and just be like, oh, whatever, you know, and try to be funny. This isn't funny. Nothing about this is funny. I can't be funny right now, okay? Let me just break this down. The earthquake happened September 19th, which was the anniversary of the last great earthquake to happen in Mexico City, which was September 19th of 1985. The anniversary of the great 1985 earthquake in Mexico City, which killed thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Another one happens on the 19th of this year, 2017. And it's killed a lot of people too. You know, 12 buildings have collapsed from the earthquake. One of them, if I'm not mistaken, there may be more actually, that were schools that collapsed. But we know one school in particular where they were pulling out children and trying to find survivors. And I think they found over 20 people dead in that school. Majority of them students. Four. Why do I always do that? My mind and my fingers don't match up with the number. I said 4. Yeah, like that's really 4. Anyway, 4 of them were adults. The rest of them were all young children. This was an elementary school that's mostly been on the news and what people are talking about. An elementary school. Right now, over the course of today, since I turned it on early this morning, it was like around 6 something this morning, they've been trying to rescue a little girl, an 8-year-old girl, out of the rubble. They can see her on the infrared cameras, the dogs can smell her and everything, but she's so buried into this rubble of this collapsed elementary school that they can't get to her, and time is running out. Okay? Time is running out. They're very close to rescuing her, but you know that saying, so close yet so far? There's only so much time that can go on before it's too late. And we're constantly looking up for updates on news articles, the TV, whatever, if they found this little girl and got her out of the rubble. I can't even process, I can't even think right now. I'm pronouncing my words wrong, I'm doing numbers wrong on my fingers, it's not matching with my brain. Anyway, they're trying to get her out of the rubble. They know she's in there, they know she's alive. Maybe the only one that's still alive. But time's running out, okay? I'm just, oh my God, okay. The earthquake that happened in 1985 was an 8.0. This one that happened on the anniversary of that great earthquake was a 7.1. Both catastrophic earthquakes. Those are bad earthquakes. Of course, the 8.0 is a lot worse. That's 100 times stronger. So, or something like that. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter. You know, this was a bad earthquake that collapsed a lot of buildings and killed a lot of people, you know, again. So, and the weird thing is about this is that there haven't been any aftershocks yet. Normally with a big earthquake like this one, or the one that happened in Japan, they can, oh, what year was that? The one that caused the really big tsunami, I think it was like 2011 or something. That had a lot of aftershocks with it too. You know, there were aftershocks to that big earthquake, and that was like one of the biggest earthquakes in earthquake recording history. It was like a 9.2 or something, 9.1 or whatever. That came with aftershocks. Every big earthquake usually has aftershocks. This earthquake has not had a single aftershock. And it's been going on way past 24 hours since this earthquake has happened. Not a single aftershock has happened. That is scary. Very scary. And a lot of people have noticed on social media and in my own family are concerned about this. Because there are aftershocks after an earthquake happens. But there is also something called foreshocks. Foreshocks are little earthquakes that happen before the big one. Before a bigger earthquake. That just lets you know the ground is rumbling and things are about to pop off. The foreshocks. Okay, usually there's a foreshock or a few foreshocks before the big earthquake, and then the aftershocks of the ground trying to settle, right? Well, if there's been no aftershocks with this earthquake, none, I don't know, maybe we're just reading too much into this seismology, whatever, earth moving stuff, but what if it was just one big foreshock? You know, there's usually a foreshock when the ground is starting to wake up, and then the earthquake happens, and then as the ground starts to settle, the little aftershocks happen. So what if this was just one big foreshock? What if, you know, this is a prelude to even a more bigger event? Because like I said, there's been no aftershocks, not a single one. Not even tiny ones that you really can't feel. There's been nothing. A big catastrophic earthquake and then nothing. Why hasn't the ground settled yet? Where is the movement of the ground settling back down? There's been nothing. Not 2.0s, not nothing. So, we're a lot of people on social media are thinking the same thing. You know, we may just be reading too much into all this. I don't know. But, you know, what if it was one big foreshock? If this was the foreshock, I can only imagine what the massive earthquake's going to be like. Jesus. And I also did some digging. I wasn't originally going to talk about this because I was, I don't know, I just went way into this when I first heard about the earthquake because it got me thinking. Because the last great earthquake in Mexico, the anniversary of it anyway, it wasn't the last great one. There's been earthquakes in Mexico throughout history, but there have been bad. But the last big one was in 1985. 3 years later, 1985, 86, 87, 88, 89, 4 years later. Okay, 4 years later, there is a really big earthquake in California, all along the same fault line. It took 4 years, but it was pretty bad too. It collapsed, pancaked a bunch of freeways and killed a bunch of people. And that was 4 years later, after the big earthquake in Mexico in 1985, and then there was a big one in California on the same fault line in 1989. I was interested in that. So I did digging, and I noticed whenever there was a big earthquake at the very bottom of the San Andreas Fault in Mexico, it just takes anywhere between 12 months to maybe 4 or 5 years. One happens in California. It happened, you know, like I said, you know, just maybe a year, if not sooner. You know, you never know these days. But the timeline I was looking up, it took at least 4 to 5 years before the movement worked its way up towards the California area. It happened during the 1906 earthquake in California. I looked up earthquakes in Mexico around that time frame, and there was one in 1899. 1899, and then a big catastrophic earthquake in Mexico City, or in Mexico. And then a couple years later, in 1906, which was the most devastating earthquake, most powerful earthquake to hit California, happened. A couple years later. You know, so I was recognizing a pattern, and it freaked me out. Literally, it freaked me out. I was like, oh my God. So, and the interesting thing about this too, is that the earthquake that happened in 1985 in Mexico City, or around Mexico City, happened September 19th, the same time, same date as the earthquake that happened yesterday, September 19th of this year. But the earthquake that happened in 1989 in California was just 1 month off. I think it was like October... What was the day? October 6th or something? You know, so it was just a little bit, you know, a little bit different month. I don't think it wasn't even a full month difference, but it was still in the next month when the big one happened in California a couple years later. And like I said, it was the same thing with the 1906 earthquake in California. I went back, and sure enough, 1899, there was a big earthquake in Mexico. So it seems like Mexico wakes up first in the San Andreas Fault area and then works its way up California. I didn't track the San Andreas Fault all the way up to Alaska, but that would have been interesting. Maybe I'll do that. So that would have been really interesting if I tracked it all the way up to Alaska and seen if the pattern followed through. Mexico, California, and then Alaska. You get what I'm saying? Because there was a catastrophic earthquake in Alaska around that time frame too, in the early 1900s. It was all caught on video when cameras were just coming out and it was all black and white and all glitchy and staticky and all that other craziness. But anyway, I wasn't really going to talk about this timeline that I figured out because I thought I was just reading too much into things. But I think it's still interesting. I think I'm sure I'm not the only one that has looked into this or whatever. You know, I'm sure seismology, you know, earthquake study people know about a similar pattern or see a pattern or something. Someone has to besides me. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But anyway, it is bad, really bad, in New Mexico right now. Not New Mexico, Mexico, City. Mexico in Mexico City. Okay? I keep saying New Mexico. I don't know why. I've been saying that the last couple of days. I'm frazzled, okay? I'm really freaked out. If you want to see what the hell is going on and what happened out there, I have plenty of video footage for you guys to watch that I will leave you guys with. Alright? I'm just going to close the video out now, say my goodbyes, and I'm going to leave you with the video footage that I have found on Facebook, uploaded to YouTube, and other social media platforms that people took during and after this earthquake that struck Mexico and on the 19th, September 19th, 2017, the anniversary of the last big earthquake in Mexico, which happened in 1985. Crazy. So peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Hugs and kisses. I'll be back with more videos as soon as I possibly can. Stay tuned. All right. I'm just give Shaniqua a break here. Okay. I've seen a lot of devastation on TV and read about a lot of devastation. It's freaking me out. One more thing. This earthquake thing is freaking out everybody so bad that even the University of Reno is a city in Nevada, has done earthquake simulations with a computer to see how the bridges and freeways in every big city in Nevada will stand up to a huge earthquake. Reason why is because Nevada is the third most active state for earthquakes, believe it or not. Third most active state in the United States, followed by California and Alaska. I'm not sure which one is first. Probably California, then Alaska, then us. So, or something like that, okay? But anyway, like I said, I'll leave you with the videos of the devastation and the earthquake and how bad it was. Love y'all, hugs and kisses. See y'all next time for another video. Mwah.
What the fuck?
Tranquilos todos.
Oh, look at the things. Oh, shit. Look at the things up there. Holy shit. We took another good one. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
No mames. No mames, Tania, güey. No mames, Tania. Padre nuestro, Dios mío. Dios, no mames. No, no mames, Tania. No. Padre nuestro, ¿qué estás haciendo? Dios mío. Ay, no mames, no mames, no mames, güey. Güey, no mames, qué pedo, güey. No mames. ¡Ah!
Exacto, güey. Sí. No te necesitas. Que te salgan. Que te salgan. Te va a caer. Te va a caer. Dios mío. 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 Dios mío.
La gente.
Dios mío. Ay, no, Dios mío. Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío.
Ari. Esto es frente a mi oficina. Esto es frente a mi oficina. No puede ser. No puede ser. Wow.